Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another review. This time around, we're here to review Playtonic's Yooka-Re-Playlee. This is a 3D platformer officially launching as of today. You definitely need to make sure to check this game out, and here is why. Yooka-Re-Playlee is the definitive remastered and enhanced version of the 3D indie platformer collectathon darling Yooka-Laylee from 2017. Developed by the talent behind Banjo-Kazooie and Donkey Kong Country, this new remixed version of the game challenges players to explore huge, beautiful open worlds as a lovable buddy duo, Yooka and Laylee. So, as they have it listed here, the green one is Yooka and the purple one is Laylee. So, corporate creep, capital B, is on a quest to steal all the books in the world and turn them into cold, hard cash. But the most powerful book in the universe is right under his crooked little nose, and it is time for Yooka and Laylee to take this tyrant down. Seeing their prized books stolen pulls them into a wacky adventure across many fantastical and imaginative worlds full of colorful characters and tons of shiny collectibles. So, as I said, this is a new remaster. It's the definitive remastered and enhanced version of the game, all, I guess, concluded into one big thing. So this game is very colorful, very bright, very vibrant, with really fun, kind of loving music that's playing continuously. But the biggest thing about it, it is a classic platformer. So anybody that loves games from the past of Donkey Kong Country, Banjo-Kazooie, Conquer, whatever, whichever one you want to really point out, Yooka-Re-Playlee is a definite buy in that sense. If you love platformer games, this is something that you're going to not only love to play yourself, but play with your family. So the way we did it is there's not really in that style of play, there's not a co-op experience for you to really play, but there is a ton of different challenges, and one of the biggest things is the game is really upgraded on its control scheme. So I would say the original from 2017, it might have been a little bit tougher for my kids to play. Now, they have played some of these games before. They played the Yooka-Laylee and the Impossible Layer. But with that, this game was more well-rounded for my 6-year-old and my 9-year-old to play. The controls were very easy to pick up, and that's one of the biggest things about these type of platformers. If they are easy to just pick up and play, then it's a buy for me. And one of the things is with this vibrant color palette that the game has, with the very imaginative worlds that they have continuously, the music keeps an upbeat kind of feel to it, even in those moments of you facing off against some of these crazy bosses that you face off in this game, and it just really pulls you into the universe that Playtonic has really built for their fans. So I feel like if you're a really big fan of these games, you are for sure going to want to buy this game. One thing I will say that to me it felt, this is not a negative pull in this sense towards the game, but sometimes it can be a little repetitive in that sense. But these type of games, are kind of matched to this. You see this at many different platformers, especially some of those very, very overly popular platformers that are out there, that it's always kind of the same run-of-the-mill thing. Like, you got to take down some of these little miniature enemies, and you got to do this and this and this. But what was great about it is that each area you went to, it felt different. It felt like something that was not just recreated, but revitalized in the sense of they wanted people that haven't had a chance to play this game to play it because it's something really special. I think the Playtonics team has always kind of pushed for that, making games that are not just memorable, but, when you look back, say 5 to 10 years from now, you can't help but bring up Yooka-Re-Playlee or Yooka-Laylee as a series and say, man, that's such a good series, dude. It's such an easy, heartfelt connection to games like Banjo-Kazooie and Donkey Kong. So with that said, I feel like this game is for sure a buy as well, because as I've been saying in a lot of these reviews as of recently, pricing means everything nowadays. And there's so many people that want to play some of these big games out there now, and there's not a lot of times that people will get to play some of these games because how expensive games are now. I mean, we have games coming out continuously that are in the $80 range, and some still set to come out in the next, year to 2 years that are possibly going to be almost $100. And that's crazy to me. That doesn't make sense, especially with our economic state. So this game launches at the low cost of $39. So, and I will tell you, it is very worth the price in that sense. When a lot of people don't like the fact that I will state it in this way of saying that it makes more sense to buy games that are $29. I said $39. I meant $29. It makes more sense for people to enjoy multiple games at a lower cost than buying one game at a higher cost. So some of these games that I've talked about recently, like Lego Party and a few other titles that I've done, they are matching that price. King of Meat is the same thing. It's coming out at, I think $39. These games are expensive titles that have continuously showcased that these companies that are mega companies can release these games at a lower cost instead of releasing these games at $80 to $90. And this showcases here that platforming games are not dead, and there's companies out there like Playtonic that want people to experience true platform gaming at a low cost. $29. And I mean, the fact of the matter that the game is coming to PlayStation, Xbox, PC, and Nintendo Switch 2. It comes to Nintendo Switch 2 on the 17th. But this is a perfect game to play on Nintendo Switch 2, but it's also a perfect game to play on any of these other platforms. So overall, I really enjoyed the game. The bosses were fun. The discovery of the pages was actually more interesting than I expected. The combat and the overall controls and stuff were very tight and well-rounded. But as I said, at times I felt like it got a little repetitive. So that's kind of what's holding this game back from making the perfect score. But I will tell you guys this: vibrancy, fun-loving music, tight controls, and a price of only $29.99. Who could beat that? You can't really beat it on this market that we see now. So I am giving this a 4.5 out of 5. Please make sure to check out Playtonic and some of the other games that they've done, but also make sure to comment, like, and subscribe right here on Cinelinx for some of the latest and greatest geek news, movie news, and gaming news. We'll also be having our review very soon of Little Nightmare 3 and everybody's Hot Shot Golf. I know that's been a little delayed, but I've already had the video made. I keep on blanking on getting it uploaded. But make sure to check us out at Cinelinx.com. We love you guys so much. And thank you, Playtonics, for this amazing opportunity. Peace out.